Today, we remember the sacrifice of Gunner's Mate 3rd Class Ayden Leroy Bills. At his memorial service, his favorite song, When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold, by Merle Haggard was played. A stanza from that song reads, quote, "Memories that linger in my heart, memories that make my heart grow cold. But someday they'll live again, and my blue moon again will turn to gold." End quote. Today, we honor Gunner's Mate Ayden Bills by having his memories, valor, and sacrifice live again. Gunner's Mate Bills enlisted in the U.S. Navy on November 17, 1942. He received training at the Farragut Naval Training Station in Farragut, Idaho. He first saw action during a 10-month deployment on a destroyer escort to the Aleutian Islands in 1943. Gunner's Mate Bills and the crew of the destroyer USS Doherty fought to reclaim the island of Kiska in the latter half of the campaign. He returned to San Diego in 1944 for a year, receiving special gunnery training. He graduated ranked 4th in his class and earned the title of Gunner's Mate 3rd Class. Bills deployed to assist in the Battle of Okinawa in 1945 on board the destroyer USS Hugh W. Hadley. While fighting the Japanese kamikaze force off the coast, the ship made naval history by engaging in a 95-minute air and sea battle. During this time, the Hadley shot down 23 planes, which remains the all-time naval record for a single engagement. 30 shipmates were killed in action, including Gunner's Mate Bills. During the battle, Gunner's Mate Bills and his team were blown away from their gun mount by a blast from an enemy bomb. As stated in his citation for bravery, he was, quote, "blown a considerable distance from his mount by the blast of an enemy bomb." Bills instantly returned to his gun and aided his shipmates in resuming fire, sending up a steady stream of anti-aircraft shells against an enemy plane plunging towards him. Steadfast and courageous, he remained at his perilous station in the path of an onrushing Japanese suicide craft, riddling the hostile plane with repeated hits before it crashed into his mount, mortally wounding Bills and his fellow crew members. His indomitable spirit, heroic conduct, and unanswering devotion in the face of almost certain death were inspiring to those with whom he had served. He gallantly gave his life for his country. He was buried at sea after the battle. At his funeral service, Chaplain Edwin Winder described Gunner Mate Bills' final moments. Quote, "I know that he could have made no greater sacrifice. He defended his country. He stood by his gun to his last. He and his captain were the last men on that gun. Had it not been for their remarkable work, probably the ship would not have been afloat today." End quote. One of his crewmates, William Bill Braun, wrote to his family about the special service held while he was buried at sea. Quote, "The service was, by all means, something we shall never forget. He gave his life for his country and his ship, and God knows no man would do more. Ike was by far the best liked person in the gunnery gang. His work was always efficient, and he never once left a job undone. As for myself, I lost my best friend." End quote. Gunner's Mate Ayden Leroy Bills was posthumously awarded the Silver Star of Valor, the 3rd highest achievement in the armed forces. In total, he was awarded 8 other medals, including the Purple Heart, to recognize his service, bravery, and sacrifice. The ending of his favorite song reads, quote, "The castles we used to build together were the sweetest stories ever told. Maybe we will live them all again, and my blue moon again will turn to gold." End quote. We have honored Gunner's Mate 3rd Class Ayden Bills' memory again today, and the sweetest stories of Gunner's Mate Bills are ones that will never be forgotten. Echoing the words spoken at his memorial service in 1945, he was born as just a boy, but died as a hero. His blue moon turned to gold.